Hi everyone, I hope you guys are having a great day. My video today is going to be a book review over Remake by Todd. Now I received this book from iRead Book Tours, who is working with Mrs. Todd to help promote her new book, which comes out October 14th, 2014. The online book tour starts October 13th and goes until October 24th, so you definitely want to make sure that you check it out, and I will leave a link down below because there are several different tour hosts and some of them are hosting giveaways on their blog. This book is a young adult dystopian novel that runs 304 pages, and I really enjoyed this book. I had a few minor issues with it, which I'll get into in a little bit, so I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars overall. So I'm going to go ahead and read the back of the book to you so we can get a little plot summary, and then I'll go into discussing my thoughts. So the tagline says, "Imagine a future without family." 9 is the 9th female born in her batch of 10 females and 10 males. By design, her life in Freedom Province is without complications or consequences. However, such freedom comes with a price. The Prime Maker is determined to keep that price a secret from the new batches of citizens that are born, nurtured, and raised androgynously. But 9 isn't like every other batcher. She harbors indecision and worries about her upcoming Remake Day. Her 17th birthday, the age when batchers fly to the Remake facility and have the freedom to choose who and what they'll be. When 9 discovers the truth about life outside of Freedom Province, including the secret plan of the Prime Maker, she is pulled between two worlds and two lives. Her decisions will test her courage, her heart, and her beliefs. Who can she trust? Who does she love? And most importantly, who will she decide to be? So like I said, and like you can tell from the summary of this book, this is a dystopian novel that takes place in a whole new world called Freedom. Now our main character is 9, and she is given that name because she is the 9th female born in her batch. So in this world, there are different batches that are born every month, and that contains 10 females and 10 males in every batch. And they do this to control the population of the country because they believe that overpopulation created this huge virus and disease that killed off a lot of humans. So they're creating these batches now to control the population so that they don't have to deal with another outbreak of a virus. So this book is broken up into 3 parts, and in the first part we get to really experience the Freedom Province. So we follow 9 and her best friend around, and he is just completely stuck to her side. They have been best friends ever since they were little, and they cannot be separated, and so we get to follow them around the Freedom Province, and we kind of learn about what it's like to live there. We get to learn about the other batchers, and we get to learn more about 9 and her struggle with deciding what she wants when she is remade. Now when you are remade, you get to choose what gender you'll be, you get to choose your hair color, your skin color, your teeth color is even discussed in here, as well as your trade or your job. So up until they are 17, these kids are given hormone suppressants so that they don't fully develop into a female or a male. They are pretty much stagnant how they are, and they even shave their heads and everything, so they aren't they aren't basing anything on their looks. They can truly decide for themselves what gender they want to be. So in part 2, we get to experience their travels to the Remake facility. So they have to get on the shuttle and travel, and that is when they decide what gender they'll be, what job they want, and they have to decide for the rest of their lives how they want to look and who they want to be. Like the plot summary says, 9 begins to discover life outside of Province. So like you guessed it, something happens and she finds herself outside of the Freedom Province. So I obviously don't want to give any spoilers on the plot summary, so I will stop right there, but I do want to give some of my thoughts on this book. Like I mentioned before, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars because I really did enjoy it, but I had a few minor issues with it. So first and foremost, the characters of this book, our main character is 9, and I do think that she is a pretty good character. She's pretty likable, she's pretty realistic. I did have a few minor scenes where I was like, is this really how she would act? But I do have to remember that she is coming from a very controlled province, and coming out into the world, and you know, she's very confused by a lot of things. She doesn't understand specific words that they use because she's never grown up with a family, and some of those specific family-oriented words are banned in the Freedom Province, so she's never heard of them before, and so she's a little clueless. So that did get on my nerves a little bit during a few scenes, but overall she is a very likable and realistic character. Our other character is her best friend from Freedom, and he is a very, very sweet character. He is so kind to Nine, and even, you know, from the very beginning, you can just tell how much he loves her and how much he cares about her. They've been together forever, so they are basically family without knowing that they're family, because there are no families in this book. So he's very sweet, very likable, very fun to read about. I love reading about their little relationship and everything in the beginning of this book. And our last few main characters come when Nine is outside of the Freedom Province, and I don't want to say too much about them because I don't want to give anything away, because I really try to avoid spoilers. So we will move on to discussing my thoughts on the plot. So I have summed up the plot for you as best as I can without giving any spoilers, and I did really enjoy this plot. I am into dystopians right now. I don't think I've gotten too tired of them yet, and I would say my one main problem with this plot, I thought it was very unique. I haven't read any other books that are similar to this in the idea of being remade, so I did like that, but the one main thing that I had a problem with is there was something missing, and I didn't get completely sucked into the book. And this is the main reason why I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, because I just wasn't 100% engrossed in the story. You know, when you're reading and you're completely engrossed in the story and you like can't even think about putting the book down. Like it's not going to happen because you're so into the story. I didn't really have this with this book. I guess I'm comparing it to when I was reading the Hunger Games series, and I'm pretty sure I read the first book in like one sitting because I was so obsessed with it, and I needed to know what happened, and I think because that book had a little bit more action in it, and I think that's what really gripped me the most. This book, I feel like, is lacking some like heart-pounding action. It does have some scenes that are just like, what? Like you didn't really expect that to happen, but I did find most of the things to be pretty predictable. So I would say that it is lacking some action as well as some world building. Like I mentioned in part 1, we do get to walk around the Freedom Province with Nine and her best friend, but we don't really go much further than that. I would have liked to see a little bit more world building, but also some more action in the plot, because like I said, I did find some moments a little predictable. As for the writing style of this book, I thought it was really, really well done. I didn't have any issues with it. I didn't have any problems with the description being, you know, too overpowering, or the dialogue being too much, or anything like that. I thought there was a good balance. I really liked the writing style. I thought it was very realistic. Like I said, I didn't really have any major problems with the writing style. I thought she did a wonderful job with this book. So overall, I would definitely recommend checking this book out, especially if you are into those dystopian books right now. I think this is definitely one that a lot of people would like. Like I mentioned, I just had a few minor issues with it, but overall, I really did enjoy this. And like I said, I haven't read a dystopian book that takes place in any kind of similar world to this. So I definitely recommend Remake. So like I mentioned, this book comes out October 14th, 2014, so by the time that this video is posted, it should be on shelves for you to check out. I will also have a blog post linked below to my written and more in-depth review and thoughts about this book on my blog, so you can go ahead and check that out because that is part of the iRead's book tour. So I will also have the iRead's book tour link listed below, so you can make sure you check out all the other tour stops along the way and all the other hosts. You can check out their vlogs because I know some of them have some giveaways for this book that you might want to enter. So I will leave all that stuff linked below for you to check out. But like I said, I definitely enjoyed this book and I would recommend it for you guys to check out if you are into young adult dystopian novels. I think it's a really fun one. Alright, so that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this book review and I will talk to you guys later. Bye! Hey everyone, I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm gonna start that over because I feel like I sounded really weird there. Does that make sense? I really need to like plan out what I'm gonna say, not just go for it. Going on from October. Ooh! October. What am I saying? I need to just cool it here. Cool my jets. Do we still say that? I literally talked for 10 minutes and I didn't even get an introduction out. So, there you go. So this brook is broken up.